Welcome to Happiest Places Home. Today we're looking at the 2024 design trends, and I'm just reporting the news on these. I obviously had nothing to do with coming up with what the trends are. I think that's probably obvious. Now, what I did try to do was to showcase the most gorgeous images of these trends that I could possibly find. And I'm going to describe them in depth in some cases and just highlight others, but I'm trying to give you all of the information I possibly can in the most efficient way. So why don't we get started, and as we do that, I'll tell you a lot of our lighter colors, bright white, bright cream paints are supposed to be a thing of the past. But I also have some workarounds for you at the end of this video if you don't want to repaint your whole home. And if you don't want to adopt any of these trends, there is a surprise trend at the end that you are going to love. All right, let's get started. The first trend is curved furniture. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you've seen that this trend was coming. There was no doubt about it. And it will be big in 2024. It looks super comfortable in swivel chairs, and I think the curved sofas, if they're the petite size, would look great in a living room if you have both a living room area and a family room. It also would be nice in a small apartment and somewhere where you're not lounging around watching TV, but you might lounge in your bed instead. It does have a very high-end look, and there are high-end designers that are offering really interesting pieces like these. This is from Kelly Wearstler. But anyway, if you can fit the curved furniture trend into your life, there are more cabinets there that are curved, and the coffee table. And then waves have been around for a little while, but they'll continue this year. For 2024, we're hearing that there will be less linen furniture or that slub weave look, the kind of beachy sort of look. But there will be more velvet and chenille. That lays very well on curved furniture. Boucle does too, and you'll see less light boucle like white or cream, and you'll see colors. I'm going to use these chairs from Lulu in Georgia to demonstrate the different colors that are in style in general for furniture right now. So let's start with brick. It is a color in between red and brown, and it really does have a nice relaxing look to it. Another one is something that they're calling clay, and I'm showing you that in corduroy here. Clay is, I think I don't have to describe what clay is. And then rosé or rose is another color that we're seeing. But the dominating color is this cinnamon that you're seeing on this sofa. So it's a burnt orange, and it can come in a lot of different hues, but this was an example of it for sure. Another trend is very large scale art. A lot of us have large art pieces in our homes, but we're thinking now, over about 52 inches in length, which would be taller than some people. And it really just takes up a wall. Now, I love this idea, and I think it just has such a high design style look. I'm showing you a lot of beautiful examples here. I always love the general public art at RH. Very nice. So with this, you do have to make sure that you're also matching the shape of your wall, but we're going to talk about that in a different video altogether about how to hang art. So with this, we're kind of replacing some of our gallery walls, but not replacing them completely at all. But if you're going to have, this fabulous art piece in the middle of your room, it really will enhance the whole room. Now in this gorgeous room, you're seeing another trend, which is monochromatic. So monochromatic is obviously taking the different shades of one color and splashing them across your room. It actually does make doing your own interior design projects in your own home very easy. It takes a lot of the guesswork out. It also is very relaxing to the eye. It can make a room very dark if you're using dark shades. It can make a room very light if you started with light shades. But it does have something for everyone, and you can do this in any style. If you're a traditional person, if you're super modern, if you're somewhere in between, you can really use this trend for 2024 and run with it. Since a lot of these trends that I'm showing you are for 2024, there are occasions like for this monochromatic that it is hard to find a room that's completely monochromatic. The first couple I showed you were, but some of these have different uses of other colors, but I'm sure you can forgive me for that because, like I said, it is a new trend, and we're all finding out about a lot of these new trends since the last few months ago, so there aren't going to be a lot of designs that I could show you as an example yet. All right, let's get to the next one. There will be a transition from less brass fixtures in the bathroom and the kitchen, and we'll have more chrome and polished nickel. I see in these photos, I'm trying to show you that you can be a traditionalist or you can be modern and pull off the chrome, of course. So this was my gentle walk into the world of chrome. But now let's talk about chrome for furniture. Now we're all used to seeing chrome on office chairs. That's a given. But now we're going to see chrome in other furniture in the room. And I tried to find the most beautiful designs I could featuring chrome so that we could kind of get used to it. Because I think most people, if you're traditional, you're going to think, I would never have something chrome in my house. But when you see gorgeous designs with chrome, it might change your mind. In wallpaper, we're seeing a lot more lines and stripes and just things that look a little more linear. So here's an ultra modern version of this by Kelly Wurstler. And then you can also do cubes like this one. And then the lines don't have to be uniform. We're just looking at waves as well. But if you are a traditional person, you will be so happy to know that striped wallpaper is definitely in. And it does make a traditional room look fabulous. Now, if you are more of a beachy and bright person, this design might make you excited. Or if you need a workaround because you would never put wallpaper up, you can frame a photo that has a wavy line in it, especially in this nautical look, and just get that same idea. Lastly, let me show you this design by Paragold. So this is Italian made, and that's having us transition into our next trend, which is everything Italian. In 2024, Italian style is very in style. So here's a beautiful example of Murano glass from CB2. If you're not into modern things, that might not have looked that lovely to you. But here's a good example of, we're seeing velvet wrapped around curves, but we're also seeing that these sofas are made in Italy. So are the swivel chairs there. And here's another swivel made in Italy. And then the Italian theme goes for more than furniture. Italian sculptures, Italian art, a lot of retro Italian, like this chair, the Milano wing chair from Jonathan Adler. And then I wanted to show you two of the designs combined, and it's this piece from CB2 that it's Italian made, but it also features chrome. With more people working from home than ever, it is important to have that quiet space for your work or to have your Zoom calls and things like that. So taking different rooms and using them for multiple purposes is important. And I'm showing you some wonderful examples using dining tables, because they're ultra large, as desks, And one thought is to use your dining room as an office, perhaps enclosed doors, French doors or something, and have those chairs elsewhere. And then when you do have that occasion where you're having a dinner with a lot of people, you just bring those back in. It's just a thought, but a lot of people are turning their guest rooms into offices. So instead of having a complete bed in there, you can do a pull-out sofa and then have a desk in there. So that's a great thought, I think. Here's a nice way to look at chrome and this multifunctional space concept by Ralph Lauren. We've been watching this one emerge for a while, so having color in your glass and acrylic for vases and other types of things that you would have in the house. So more of these than the aged vessels probably going forward, but I'm showing you some nice options. Now also these acrylic, the acrylic chess set and games by Jonathan Adler, I thought were a really wonderful way to incorporate that color with acrylic. And these are so pretty, very nice gifts, but also just something to encourage you to have fun while you're sitting around the coffee table. Surrounding yourself in nature, even indoors, is a concept that is continuing this year. And there are a lot of ways to do this, but it's a very 70s type of thing. Have you ever walked into an old medical office that was built in the 70s and they have a multitude of trees in the middle of the entry and the atrium? It's that kind of thought. But having that at home. Also having a lot of windows where you can see greenery through those, or having brown and mossy green in your design to have the indoors look like the outdoors is a big theme. Another trend that continues in 2024 is to bring that hotel and spa feel to your own home. And it doesn't have as much to do with being sparse necessarily or that very polished look. It's putting those comforts that you would find at a hotel that delight you so much in your home. And that includes scents, really wonderful bed linens, great art that complements the room, decent colors that bring a little personality or serenity into it, things like that. Curves in architecture are very prominent right now, and it's a classic idea, but it's just something that people are planning in their projects much more frequently. Now, most of us are probably not going to change the entire configuration of our rooms, but I just thought it was important to share. And in this photo, you're seeing a space that's incorporating a few of the 2024 trends that we talked about. The next trend I'm sharing with you is going to ease your mind completely, I hope. So, self-expression, just you be you. You have the things in your home that represent your ideas, your interests, things that you love looking at, whatever that is. You can express yourself freely, and I like the idea that that's a trend. It should probably always be that way. But I think this is great considering everyone thought that they had to have such completely neutral homes because it seemed out of fashion to adopt color. And as you can see, these are not monochromatic exactly, or any of the trends we talked about, except for you're seeing some chrome here and there. But these are by Jonathan Adler, by the way, who I admire very much, and I feel like has an excellent sense of whimsy and style. So I hope that does ease your mind. And it's also important to just think about not buying artwork because you think it looks pretty, but perhaps hanging artwork that you dabbled at yourself or someone you know, just hanging things that represent you. Buying furniture that you love, even though you think it might be a little outlandish. Now let's take a look at the trends incorporated in Harmony. So here's a monochromatic room. It's got the curves on the furniture, the curve in the lighting, which is nice. But that type of light has been around for a while, but it just complements it nicely. And then the nutmeg color. As for this room, we're seeing the large scale art, and we've got the curved furniture. And I think this is a good peek at how you could incorporate the deeper colors that are in right now into maybe your neutral room with your neutral furniture. And here's a combination of the large scale art look, curved furniture, the cinnamon, darker orange color on the furniture, and of course self-expression with that painting. And here's another peek at a workaround. So let's say you have your neutral home and it is time perhaps to buy a new sofa. You can go with the cognac / cinnamon / nutmeg color and add a sculpture, perhaps take a painting that you already have hanging and use some acrylic paint and make it brown, and you've got your 2024 look makeover. By the way, if you wanted some tips on how to take a framed piece of art that you don't like and creating something new with it, you can take a look at my video where I recreate 2 different paintings. So I'll link them in the description box. It actually is very relaxing to watch, and there's some rain sounds, not by design, just it was raining, and some visits from puppies, so it's very fun. Thank you for exploring the 2024 design trends with me. I'm sure there are more trends to come, and I'll share them as they come out, but do remember that I am just reporting on them. I did not come up with them myself. All right, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you like this video, please do. If you've already subscribed, then I'll ask you a new favor. Could you share my video with people that you like? I'd like to see our community grow with like-minded people like yourselves.